Oh, hey. Go ahead.
What?
I don't even have a microphone with you.
Yeah, it's in front of you, Chief.
All right, so we've got a sick guy, a guy who's been oddly microphone shy for a while. You're intro shy. It's okay. Happens to everybody every now and then.
Well, you know.
It's been an ongoing problem for you. You should probably see your doctor.
You should get out there and intro new things.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
You can finally be yourself, bro.
It's really funny to me. Like, is that not funny to either of you?
It is a funny concept. I deny this not.
Cracks me up, man.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. And
Like,
on a
somewhere-
side note, the dress is blue.
No, it's white and gold.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started here. On that note, this is the Lobbycast, episode 314. Gentlemen, 314.
Good evening and
314.
welcome.
That's a number.
It is a number. Astute observation, sir. Astute.
Full
Right.
of them.
I am here with my good buddies Will and Brick.
Heyo.
Hello. They waved to those of you who are watching on YouTube, and not so much
I did
to
not.
those
Don't
of you.
misrepresent me.
I waved. Brick does not, because again, he is shy when it comes to these things.
Right.
A little
Right.
shy.
A little shy. How things going in your worlds, gentlemen? Besides you being sick, Will.
I've had the plague for the better part of the week. Which
Nice.
is awesome. Means I have something to contribute to the what you've been watching this week.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited to share.
But not the plague, right?
Well, you may have gotten that simply by crossing the threshold, but to be fair, I still think I got it from Brick in the first place anyways.
Yeah, so I'm probably safe.
You're probably safe. And Geoff has the constitution of an ox mixed with a thoroughbred. So.
It's true. It's true. But, here's the thing, Will. I may not get sick from you, but it's entirely possible that I brought sick germs in from other sick people that I'm in close interaction with,
It's true.
and gave you the plague,
It's true.
and then laughed as I drove home.
That is also true.
Moi, ha,
It's
ha,
also
ha.
possible that I licked all of your dinnerware.
I still think that's what actually happened.
Do you know what possible means? Probable might be
That word
Or
means
it-
what you think it means.
probable.
It's a definite thing that happened.
It's like, well,
Yeah, you found it. Didn't find it.
yeah, thanks.
It's good.
It's true. Of course, I could have gotten it from Erin, and she's just not telling me.
Oh, that's
a
entirely possible too.
possibility.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Anything, gentlemen? Anything fascinating outside of show stuff? Any personal news?
No.
Any regular news that you took personally?
Net neutrality.
Oh, net neutrality. That is a big one. I don't think I really fully understand what the big deal is, because I thought it was a good thing, and people are losing their minds about this.
Net neutrality is good.
Right. But now people are saying that it restricts commerce, and that some people are putting out their one-line post, and maybe they don't understand it, saying goodbye wide open internet.
No, they clearly don't understand it
because it was guaranteeing
because net
wide open
neutrality is guaranteeing wide open internet.
and that's what I thought. That was my understanding of it, and which, a good example of which is that Comcast will no longer be able to throttle Netflix content.
Right.
That I am understanding correctly then.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, that it works more like a utility, and I understand that they don't want like government interference with that becoming like being regulated like a utility, but at the same time, providers cannot no longer discriminate like what kind of content it is. It's internet is
Right.
internet is internet.
Basically, let me put it to you this way.
Okay.
If net neutrality did not exist and Comcast was able to do what they had originally planned to do,
Right.
it would be essentially like if you paid extra to the electric company, you would get all of your lights and heating and everything that comes along with it. Whereas if you had the low end of the package on the electricity, your lights might work, but they might also not work.
Okay.
That kind of a thing.
All right. Fair enough. So I had a pretty decent understanding of it without really spending much time looking at it. Excellent.
I think the biggest thing right now is to see kind of a final disclosure now that the FCC has voted for net neutrality, just kind of a guideline of what they did and did not vote for. Because I think part of what you're seeing and part of what you're saying is that some people may be up in arms because there are certain provisos or certain packages accompanied with the FCC bill.
Oh,
I think that's kind of the key phrasing.
okay.
But I think it is a good thing that it passed. Hopefully, passing it will be enough. I don't trust Comcast. I don't trust CenturyLink to just
Sure.
say, "Oh, sorry, you're streaming Netflix, so that 20 gigs per minute or per second service that you pay for accidentally gets shut back down to 10 because of technical errors on our side.
Right.
We're sorry about that. We don't give a shit about you,
Right.
because we're Comcast. Go F yourself."
It is the company slogan for Comcast.
It is. It's true. I haven't had Comcast in years, knock on wood. I hope I never, ever, 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 ever go back.
Same here.
But it's been entertaining kind of reading some of the customer service horror stories that come out of that company in the recent years.
I haven't had any problems with them whatsoever.
I didn't have any problems with them until recently, and now I have CenturyLink and DirecTV.
Right.
Yeah, not that I think CenturyLink is a perfect system either, but
No, because they used to be Quest, and Quest was a nightmare.
right. But yeah, so as long as, I guess my bottom line is, as long as the companies actually hold to the ruling, or that there's some kind of enforcement for when they don't, I think it'll be a major victory for everyone else.
Excellent. I hope that that is the case.
Transition.
Stopping to take a drink of water is great radio.
Yes,
That's
the
why I
audience
said-
loves it.
It's not bad video either.
That's why I said transition.
It's good theater of the mind for everyone listening at home. Trying to imagine, what is it that he's drinking right now? Is it perhaps
solve
Aquafina?
that
Aquafina?
mystery.
Spoiler alert.
It's
It was water.
But there's so many brands.
So many brands.
Okay. Well,
All right. We ready to get into some official news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Rick,
yeah.
Rick, you look like really ready to talk about
Oh no,
something.
this is just my list.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not there yet.
I know.
Your,
But I can-
your anticipation level is very high.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right. Well, let's do a few things here.
Nodding.
We already talked a little bit about the net neutrality. So, lots of gaming stuff for Xbox. Those of you who own like Windows PCs or Xbox 360s or Xbox Ones, there are free things coming.
I have all the above.
Yep. Fable Legends is coming free to Xbox One and Windows PCs.
Oh,
No.
fun.
Is that going to be like the
And it's
original
cross
Fable?
platform play between and I'm thinking also because we said last week that they're going to have cross platform play between Xbox One and Xbox 360. So I imagine that it is also going to be free on 360, but it wasn't listed in this article.
Now, is this basically like the original Fable that's been reskinned, or is
Couldn't
it a
tell
whole
ya.
new system?
I see the word Fable and I can barely generate enough interest to report this piece of news.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because
Is Peter Molyneux still involved with it?
No.
Okay.
No, Peter Molyneux has his own company now, and he's not involved in Lionhead anymore. I don't think. He may come in and do some consulting type stuff, but for the most part, he's off overpromising on a different project.
Okay, that's what I wanted to drive at.
Yep. And then also a Fast and Furious game is coming out with the release of Fast and Furious 7, or in anticipation of release Fast and Furious 7. No, this is okay.
Why?
Because what it is, it's a standalone expansion for Forza Horizon 2. So it's a Forza-based Fast and Furious racing game.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's well made.
Okay.
You know the Forza games.
Yeah,
You like them.
I know, but I don't trust Fast and Furious.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It'll be a free racing game.
Oh, it'll be free?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, then that's fine.
It's totally
That's fine.
free.
As long as they're not taking people's money and
Yeah, and you don't have to
something
own Forza Horizon 2. You can just download and play this.
I do, though.
Yeah. And then Games with Gold for March, Xbox One gets Rayman Legends.
Oh, cool.
Is that good?
It's a little platformer, but it's comes from a fairly prestigious platforming series.
I was
the
never
Rayman
a fan.
series. So your computer hit you tonight.
I was also never a fan.
I can honestly say I haven't played them, but they've been well received and well reviewed.
Okay.
I can vouch for that.
So and besides, I personally think that everybody, every now and then, even if it's only for 15 minutes, needs to play a platforming game just to celebrate the roots of gaming.
Okay. I'll buy that. Now, the reason why I was much less than excited about this news, I mean, a free game's a free game. You can't really complain about that. But the Xbox One is getting Rayman Legends, and the 360 is getting Tomb Raider and BioShock Infinite.
What?
Damn. Which, like, the newest Tomb Raider, where she's on the island?
Yeah.
But that's not coming to the one.
No.
Wait, they're getting those for free?
Yeah.
On the 360?
Oh, yeah. 2 weeks of one game and 2 weeks of the other. BioShock Infinite's the second 2 weeks. Tomb Raider's the first 2 weeks. Both great games.
Oh, BioShock Infinite would be worth the price of a gold membership anyways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was strange that
now, thank you. Yes, no, I'm sad. Thank you.
Are you on board with my grumbliness?
Yes. Now that I know.
Defend Rayman now.
I got nothing. I got nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It is fantastic, isn't it?
Well, it's good that I have both systems, I guess. But
Yeah. And then, of course, we are getting Neverwinter for free next month.
That's definite free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It said free to play. Free to play is
that the freemium?
Free. There's another word for where you buy it and then you can play for free. That's something else. I don't remember.
If you buy it, I don't see that you can then claim to play for free. Unless you're referring to the freemium model where you can buy stuff in game to make your gaming experience better.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen because they did change over that in the core game of Neverwinter. I think not too long after it launched. So yeah. So there's that. So we're done with video game news.
Kind of. I got two things I can throw your way. Far Cry 4, they've just announced a DLC pack to release at the end of March.
Which is nice.
The Valley of the Yeti.
Yes.
So it sounds interesting.
I should actually play that game.
You should.
All I did was turn the game on and get the alternate ending, for which I don't think there's an achievement.
Correct. There is no achievement for it.
There should be an achievement.
There should. But I think I still
they
think
went to all the trouble of having that other way to beat the game.
Sure.
That
maybe a 0 point achievement. I'll give you that much. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
A 0 point achievement.
Are you aware of the secondary way to beat the game?
No.
Okay.
Spoilers.
You're sitting at a table talking to the warlord guy,
Yes.
and he says, "Stay here." If you stay there, then he takes you to the shrine to drop off your mother's ashes or something, and that's the end of the game.
You're kidding me.
No, it takes like 10 minutes. You just sit there at the table, don't move, and you
just
can beat
wait
the
for
game.
Pagan to come back.
He says, "Wait, stay here.
I'll be back here in a little bit.
And
Yeah,
you
I
stay
know
there,
that.
and he comes back, and you guys go in and finish the game.
That's brilliant. There should be an achievement for that. Absolutely.
It is the A for reading the instructions on the test where you don't have
Right.
to take the test.
Step 1, put your name at the top of the page. Step 2, finish reading the instructions. Step 3, turn it over.
Right. I can't believe you didn't know about that.
No, I didn't. Well, and
That's funny.
I mean, we'll get into it, but I just got the game, so.
Well, you'll definitely have to do it just to experience
Well,
it.
I'm already past that point.
No,
Right,
next,
but I
next
mean,
time you
like-
start a new game.
Yeah.
Whenever you're all done with it.
So Far Cry 4 has new DLC coming out in March. And of course, the biggest news otherwise that I can think of, kind of two sides of the same coin. Destiny just released their 1.1.1 patch, which brought about a whole bunch of promised changes.
Oh yeah.
So a fix to the
I had read about it, but I hadn't
Mhm.
logged in since. And
a fix to the heavy ammo glitch, a lot of weapon balancing, weapon tweaking, a lot of performance tweaking. So a lot of supposedly good stuff to come from it. And then on the other side of the coin, Master Chief, the Master Chief collection is waiting on its last promised big patch.
it's still broken. from
It's
what I
still broken.
understand.
Multiplayer on that game is still broken. So,
Which is why that game, that disc, will never see the inside of my Xbox One again.
there you go.
I'm getting rid of it. It's going to Amazon. Hopefully, it'll find itself a worse home. And I say worse home because, somebody's actually going to play it.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of time on that Xbox, do you?
I got to play some Destiny this week.
It's true. I was there. I saw it.
Yeah, played
That's
with Will and played with Jordan. Kind of nice. Kind of nice.
So that's news.
Anything else on your end, Mr. Brick? Okay. Well, some cool casting news for American Horror Story, and the new season is going to be called Hotel.
Okay.
And Lady Gaga is going to star in it. So kind of excited about that. I dig that chick.
Yeah, I saw her recently in Machete Kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Yeah. She did a really good job with Sound of Music songs too on the Oscars.
She certainly did.
And that will be our segue into Oscar talk
Oh,
with
right.
with Brick.
Oh,
There's
right.
no Blaine here to talk Oscars.
Oh no.
Do you remember where you were talking Oscars last year?
Yeah.
Ah,
Massive studios.
at the Creative Arts Showcase. Yep.
Yep.
So Brick, this is
Well.
kind of your area here.
Yeah. I'm kind of unprepared for this too.
What? But you've seen all the movies.
Well, I have seen all the movies. I just didn't. I'm not as extensive.
so
I'm
makes you
just
more
not-
prepared than me.
I'm just not as extensively prepared as I was last year. Let's
Well,
put it
then
that
how about I guide your interview for you?
way. Okay.
What did you think overall of the Oscars this year, 2015?
I thought it was great, except for Eddie Redmayne should have never won Best Actor
Okay, for what and for why?
for the theory of everything, and because Michael Keaton should have won. Absolutely,
Now, which got Best Picture this year?
Birdman,
Okay,
which I thought was
And-
justified. Although I was, even though Birdman's my favorite movie of the year,
Mhm.
I really was kind of sad that Boyhood didn't get Best Picture because Birdman got cinematography and it got director, and I think it got writing too.
Okay.
And if Keaton would have gotten Best Actor, Boyhood definitely should have gotten Best Picture because it was still really good, and it's a really close second for me because I watched it again this weekend, and it's really good. Like it's because I hadn't seen it since August when it was in Portland.
Okay.
And the first time I saw it, I don't think I really took it in as well as I did the second time because I was kind of looking for the gimmick of the 12 years sort of thing.
Right.
So I was like looking for like, oh, well, this must have been the next year, that kind of thing. And I didn't really take it in as a whole story and movie and for what it was. And the second time, I think I really got more of the experience that you're supposed to out of it. And I liked it.
Just to sit back and watch it as one contiguous piece.
Right. And I really liked it a lot more the second time around.
Okay.
And so I really everyone was saying that Boyhood was going to get Best Picture, and I was totally okay with that, even though I still like Birdman better.
Sure.
But Birdman had the best cast of all of the movies that were nominated for Best Picture, and it got no acting awards.
Well, traditionally speaking, just because you can pull in the best cast or have a large big name cast.
Well, it had the best performances too.
Well, yes, from your point of view. However, the Academy, and this is kind of notorious for the Academy, they sometimes make weird choices.
Well, yeah, they do make weird choices, like giving it to Eddie Redmayne and then forcing Michael Keaton to do the Beetlejuice up on stage after getting the Best Picture for Birdman. Because the director let him come up and talk in the microphone, and everyone was expecting him or like wanted him to have some sort of a reaction to not getting Best Actor, because that was like the shoe-in was Michael Keaton was going to get Best Actor, and he does the I don't know, I'm just happy to be here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually didn't watch the Oscars. I saw the Lady Gaga thing on YouTube.
And Tegan and Sarah and The Lonely Island did Everything Is Awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was really cool.
Nice.
That was great. And John Legend and Common's performance was really, really great.
Glory for Selma.
Which was the best part of that movie. That movie, everyone's talking about how, or a lot of people were talking about how the Oscars were racist for not nominating any of the actors from Selma. Well, I can tell you there's a reason why none of the actors were nominated from Selma, because the other people in other movies did a better job than they did.
That's okay.
And that's totally okay, and it got nominated. In my opinion, it really shouldn't have even been nominated for that. There was other movies that came out this year that were better that could have been nominated for Best Picture in its place.
Right.
Or even in addition to it, because they only nominated 8 when they have the capacity to do 10, which is just mind-boggling. Like, how do you have 10 slots, you nominate 8 pictures, and Interstellar isn't 9? Like, it's not gonna win, everyone knows that, but neither was Selma, and you nominated it anyway.
Okay, so tell me this. I have seen 0 of these nominees. Which one should I watch first?
I'll give you 3 that you should watch, all of them, but the first one you should watch is Birdman.
First, give me first and last.
First,
like what?
First, Birdman.
Okay.
Second, Boyhood. Third,
he's still not listening.
I'm not listening to you.
He's chosen his course. He's going to stick to
the last one that you should watch and you really shouldn't even watch it, but the last, I guess, of the Best Pictures is Selma.
Okay.
Of the nominees is.
So you're saying I should watch Interstellar before I watch Selma?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you're saying Birdman, Boyhood, Interstellar.
Whiplash you would really like to.
Okay.
Both of you would. It's really good.
All right.
Yeah. I love Whiplash. And J.K. Simmons won for Best Supporting Actor for that movie.
So
too.
he did. He did.
And Patricia Arquette got Supporting Actress, which she totally deserved. And Actress went to Julianne Moore, which she also totally deserved. And then for some reason, the Oscars were like, hey.
Oh, so you've seen Still Alice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. Like
Okay.
I would have even put that in place of Selma.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
And then, then they're like, hey, and then Best Actor goes to this British guy because he played Stephen Hawking. So get at me, you know.
Get at me, bro.
I mean, you know, that's how the Oscars goes. Like Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks Oscar, you know. It's just that's how it goes. Unfortunately,
Okay.
even though Michael Keaton was better, you know, Eddie Redmayne did a great job, and he deserved to be nominated for sure, but he did not deserve to win.
Okay.
And it's just like, you know, I feel like they'll if Michael Keaton gets an opportunity, they'll probably give it to him no matter what. When they did it to Denzel, you know, I think, and I could be wrong, but I think Denzel Washington
he won
and
for that one with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
What was that?
Getting
Training Day.
Yeah, Training Day. He
Training
won
Day.
for Training Day, which there was no reason why he should have won for Training Day. But the reason that he did win for Training Day was because, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, he and Tom Hanks were both nominated the same year. Denzel Washington for Malcolm X, Tom Hanks for Philadelphia, and AIDS wins over black people. So they gave it to Tom Hanks, and then they felt really bad about it. And that's why they gave it to him for Training Day, which he totally didn't deserve it for.
And that same year, Halle Berry won for Monster.
Right.
I didn't understand that.
That one I understood a little bit more than Denzel winning for Training Day, but that Oscar did not go to him for Training Day. It went to him for Malcolm X. That's how it went.
Yeah.
You know, and they do stuff like that, those kinds of compromises all the time. And that's what everyone thought, was that Birdman was going to get directing and Boyhood would get picture in another Oscar type compromise, but it didn't work out that way.
And now you have an almost implicit understanding of why I refuse to watch award shows.
Although I'm planning on watching it because
it was a good show.
I like Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah,
NPH did a good job.
So, which is interesting because a lot of the Arlo where Neil Patrick Harris was kind of flat.
Well,
so whether it was he didn't have enough material to work with from the writers, or he himself kind of wasn't 100% into it.
He did. I've been watching the Oscars every year for he did far others have done in the past.
Well, yes, but I don't know why the creator of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, was invited to host the Oscars in the first place.
Yeah.
No. I thought that was a strange choice. Not that I watch them, because I actively, again, don't watch award shows.
Well, and more to the point, why did they invite him to host and then were angry when he sings a song about seeing your boobs? You know,
it's kind of his.
It's kind of his thing, you know.
It's what he does.
Shtick.
And
they were giving it a try, just giving it a shot,
I guess. You know, and then also a big mistake was hiring Anne Hathaway and James Franco to co-host together, and Franco was just baked for 90% of the show, pretty much everything but the opening monologue. He was baked for that entire portion.
Well, good for him.
And Anne Hathaway was just like trying to like read his lines and hers at the same time, because he was like, "What?"
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, it was a decent show, you know.
Okay,
and everything won that should have, except Boyhood. Really, I mean, to say Linklater gave 12 years on this movie. And I know he can talk all he wants to about, well, you know, I was just in it to make good movies. Dude, it's gotta sting a little bit when you don't get an Oscar for that.
Sure.
So
I see that Big Hero 6 won for animated feature film. Did you see that one?
No. I saw the Lego movie, which wasn't nominated, which was that's the other one that was infuriating.
See, that's why I don't watch award shows.
Okay. The Lego movie was awesome.
Lego movie was awesome. Now, in all fairness, I have not seen Big Hero 6. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
I will eventually catch it, but
I seriously doubt it was better than the Lego movie.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how the Lego movie, A, is a movie.
I didn't understand
and
it
B,
either. I got dragged to it.
Is that good?
When it came out, I got dragged to it. I was not like, oh yay, Lego movie. Like, when it came out,
I saw it. I caught it on freaking HBO one day, and I was like, the Lego movie. Yeah, I'll see what this is all about. And wound up sitting through 2 hours of it, going, this is Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. So be a part of the team, Geoff.
Speaking of being part of the team, did you see Citizen 4?
I saw like the first 20 minutes of it. I was
Okay.
watching it before I had to stop and come over here.
Oh, okay.
So-
Okay. They won for best documentary
Yeah.
Okay.
about Edward Snowden.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not all about Edward Snowden.
Right.
As I was saying, for the first 20 minutes of it, Edward Snowden was nowhere to be found.
But that general situation.
that general situation,
All right.
we've said too much.
We have said too much. We may get interrupted
By the hacks.
by the Haxors. Okay. Well, now that did you have anything else about the Oscars?
No, I mean, just see Birdman, Boyhood, and Whiplash. Those were bar none the three best.
All right. Well, Whiplash was definitely on my list. I'll eventually, I'll definitely see Birdman and Boyhood. I'll get around to the others maybe eventually. Like,
It's really, I mean, like American Sniper is really good too. And
I want to see the Imitation Game.
and the Imitation Game. I
wanted to see that when it was in theaters. I
that's
just missed
good,
it.
but I mean, I don't know. It's just those are. Let me put it this way: those are the three that that I've bought two of them already, and I will be buying the third soon. So
All
the
right.
other ones were good, and I'm glad that I saw them, but I wouldn't buy them.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's get over to the Razzies then.
No,
The worst movies.
I don't know anything about this.
I know which film got the worst movie of the year.
Was it Left Behind?
No,
No,
Oh, no.
that was nominated though.
it was nominated.
It was the only one that I could think.
But there's a Left Behind connection
Yes.
to the winning movie.
Yes.
Is it Nick Cage?
No.
Is it the dude that was in the first Left Behind?
Correct.
Yes.
Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas.
Won like 4 Razzies or something like that.
Oh yeah. Worst picture, worst actor. Let's see here. Worst screenplay. And worst screen combo. Kirk Cameron and his ego.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that's about it.
And the other interesting thing to come out of this is that he allegedly went on social media, or his camp went on social media and decried the anti-Christian movement that basically quashed his film. So all the heretics and atheists that banded together and said, "Please don't see this movie."
No.
Apparently he hasn't seen it.
Atheists and agnostics didn't have to say, "Don't see this movie."
Correct.
It said it itself.
Correct.
You know,
It
seems like he would find some common ground and maybe become good friends with Randy Quaid, who also gets on the internet and says crazy stuff.
This is true. This is true.
You know, just because your movie happens to be about Christianity and people didn't like it doesn't mean that they're being anti-Christian. It just means your movie sucks.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I know Aaron pulled up the trailer for me, the kind of extended trailer for me on YouTube a while ago. And I sat through that.
Did you want those 2 minutes back?
Not only did I want those 2 minutes back, but I distinctly recall sitting through the entire trailer with my mouth agape, going, and pardon the expression here, this is your moment.
Here it comes.
This is your moment for having to bleep this out in the future. But I'm sitting here going, Jesus, what balls? How pretentious can you get to have this whole message and film?
That's
and
Kirk Cameron.
I know, and believe me, I saw the trailer, and like I said, I was sitting here going, I think even Jesus would be offended.
Wow.
I think even Jesus would be offended.
Jesus would be offended by Kirk Cameron and everything Kirk Cameron has ever done. like, oh God, slow down, dude.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm just, I'm just wearing sandals over here. Okay.
So,
Worst director, Michael Bay for
nice.
Transformers 4: Age of Extinction.
Nice.
Weird.
Yeah, worst supporting actor, Kelsey Grammer for Expendables 3, Legends of Oz, Thinks Like a Man 2, and Transformers Age of 4.
Kelsey Grammer was totally in all of those.
Worst actress, Cameron Diaz for both The Other Woman and Sex Tape.
Oh,
I saw
nice.
neither of those.
Yep.
Yes.
Worst supporting actor, Megan Fox for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Weird.
And worst remake, sequel, or ripoff, Annie.
Nice.
And then the Redeemer Award, Ben Affleck, from Razzie winner for Geely to Oscar Darling for Argo and Gone Girl.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, Ben Affleck, he does some good stuff now.
He's a good director.
Oh yeah, and he's become a decent actor too.
Yeah, we'll see how he does with Batman, all right? Let's see how he handles the Caped Crusader.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I know you've been nominated for an Oscar, Chief, but okay, let's calm down for a second. So you don that cape without a grumbly voice. I'm going to reserve judgment on you.
What would be really funny is if he comes on screen as Batman. Evildoers.
I think it'd be better if he came on screen and he's just like, so I got to go fight the Joker, huh?
Nice. Puts on his Southie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think that'd
great.
be way better if we had a Boston Batman.
It would be wicked awesome is what it would be.
He could pack his Batmobile and have it, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's see here. What else? Is that about it for? Yeah, I think that's it for news.
One last tidbit. We, I believe, talked last week that Neil Blomkamp, director of Elysium and District 9, is going to be directing the Aliens sequel/reboot.
That is correct.
Yes.
And the official news, I guess, is that he's saying, okay, we have Alien, we have Aliens,
Yeah.
and that's it. Nothing else ever happened. We're going to start after Aliens. We're going to call it good.
3 and 4 do not exist in his world.
3, 4, and Prometheus.
3 and 4 don't exist in a lot of people's world.
Right. Well, Prometheus is a whole.
Prometheus is
A whole nother
different
animal.
thing.
It's in a related.
And
It's Aliens adjacent.
And I
Sure.
like Prometheus a hell of a lot better than 3 and 4.
I like
And Predator.
Prometheus. I like
Predator
4.
is Aliens adjacent because there was a PVA,
Yes.
AVP, that too.
And a P and a P's and a whole bunch of
There
other
were
stuff.
2 of those. Yeah.
Sure. I know I'm in the minority, but I think that the 4th Aliens wasn't terrible.
No, but the 3rd one was pretty
The
bad.
3rd one was god awful.
I mean, I will, like, for this, because I have, like, the collection,
Mhm.
So for the sake of completing it, I'll watch 3 and 4, and I do enjoy 4 more than 3.
Yeah. But compared to Alien and Aliens, it just doesn't hold up.
No. No, it does not. No, it does not. They don't. None of them. The 3 and 4 are god awful in comparison to Alien and Aliens. But 4 is more enjoyable than 3.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Because 4 was directed by Judith and Caro, if I believe, the directors of Delicatessen and City of Lost Children.
And 3 was Fincher, which is weird because
Yeah.
Fincher's really good usually. He must
Yeah, I
have
just don't
phoned
think he had
it
anything
in.
to work.
Yeah. He must have just been like, all right, I guess.
Fincher was the Usual Suspects, right?
No. That was Bryan Singer.
Oh, okay.
Fincher
right.
was 7 and Fight
7.
Club. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
And Gone Girl, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought Ben Affleck directed that one.
I don't think he did. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it was Fincher, but
He was just in it.
but I'm gonna check.
Okay. If only there were a device.
True story.
True story.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the weekly Whatchas.
Yes, it was Fincher for Gone
What?
Girl.
It was?
Gone Girl
Okay,
was
cool.
Fincher, yeah.
What you listening to, Willem?
Not a whole lot because I haven't been in my truck a whole lot this past week. But
Aw.
I did discover a new for me, probably old for everyone else, kind of electric trip hop jazz combo from, I believe, LA called Bittersweet.
I'm unfamiliar.
Been enjoying them quite a bit. I'm actually debating at this point about making a legitimate music purchase.
Look at you.
I know.
Brick and I make legitimate music purchases on a fairly regular basis.
Because you should.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I just don't buy music often.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah.
You have no need to because you have music.
I have music. I have music that I enjoy.
I have music that I like.
And
Why would I get more?
when I need different music, I have Pandora.
You do.
I do have Pandora. And actually, it's thanks to Pandora that I learned about Bittersweet. So
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good that it's leading to a purchase.
sure.
I have problems with not so much Pandora, but I have problems with Spotify.
Do you?
I do.
What are your problems with Spotify?
I don't think it's good for the industry.
How is it different than Pandora?
Because you can pick and choose your music, whereas Pandora is more of a radio kind of a thing.
Oh,
And whereas Pandora, I think, exposes you to music that you might not have listened to.
see, and
already.
I was exposed to music on Spotify that I wouldn't normally have listened to
Well, that's too
because I listen to artist radio.
But the thing I don't like about Spotify is how you can pay like like your Netflixing music. You know, you can a low monthly fee, and then you can listen to a whole album as
Well, that's
many
true.
times as you want. You know,
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I don't like that.
Xbox,
I think it's good as far as it's good for
Xbox-
the consumer. I just don't think it's good for the industry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Xbox Music lets you do both also.
Right. And I think if you really enjoy an artist's music, you should go out and buy their album.
Okay. I think that's pretty legit. I usually do.
Especially because
Get it on vinyl.
especially because the music industry is, I mean, granted, we shouldn't be at all crying over pop artists or rock artists, or anything like that and how they're making money, but it is kind of failing. And if you've made it like Katy Perry or the Foo Fighters or something like that, you're already big. It's not a big deal to you. If you're trying to make it,
Right.
things like Spotify are not okay.
Yeah, and and this is kind of a thing. I'm gonna go see Dessa and Doomtree next week.
Mm-hmm.
Bands I really, really enjoy. And they've been around for a while, and they're still surprised when they sell 300 tickets. I'm like, why is that? They're really good. They're really talented.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But they can't.
I was able to get Slater Kinney tickets like the week of.
Yeah.
And popular now than it was in the 90s, but that's
Right.
because of Carrie Brownstein, unfortunately. Because, she has been on Portlandia with Fred Armisen and everything, and so people have kind of gotten to know her that way.
Okay.
But it's really good music, but it's not as popular, and things like Spotify kind of spurn that.
Right. Sure.
Whereas if you're just going out and buying the album, you're supporting that group. Whereas
Right.
if you're just listening to it on Spotify else, then you're not really.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If I was doing for Dessa and Doomtree, I would hear other things that I'd like. But if I were to put in just about any other artist that I listen to, I would never hear Dessa or Doomtree come up. Never.
Right.
It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
The popular artists get pulled up into your artist feeds, but generally speaking, the unknowns don't.
Right. And even if the unknowns and you really like them and all you're doing is listening to them on Spotify,
Yeah.
they're seeing basically no money from that.
Oh, sure.
Well, yeah, but even from the legitimate purchase of physical media,
They don't see any.
they
money from
hardly
that.
see any money from that.
Right, but
Artists make their money for touring.
But it's a combination of what he's saying, where it doesn't bring it up into your feed, so you're not aware of it, and it's also you're making substantially less from a service like Spotify than you are the physical purchase of somebody going out and buying an album, or
because Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Xbox Music, all those music service-based companies, they're required to pay royalties based on play.
Right. Well, and even
what I would argue is the greater issue is not services like Spotify, Pandora, anything like that, because
legal downloads too.
Well, I'm just talking legal markets.
Oh, okay.
The greatest problem is what the two of you are kind of circling around, which is that the major record labels have their major artists, and those popular artists are the ones that are going to be fed into these playlists, so that your chances of hearing groups like, for me, Bittersweet, 2 days ago, RJD2, the whole batch that I have kind of on my trip hop radio station right now that I've customized on Pandora, because believe it or not, it started off as Black Keys, doing these kind of guitar and blues and jazz duo combos. There's no access to these indie bands,
right?
And especially in a market like Colorado. For those of you living on the East Coast, living on the West Coast, living anywhere in vicinity of New York, Chicago, LA, you guys have radio channels to cover every taste.
Right.
Or here in Colorado, we have 6.
Right. And so it's pretty much, if you're living in a place, if you're living in the middle of the country, it's up to you to go out and find. And that's why I think also people should really utilize their local record stores more than utilizing online purchases, because that guy behind the counter, that guy's an important guy, because he knows things. He knows things about,
if he does his job right, yes.
He knows things about local bands, and he's done it for me at Wax Tracks multiple times, where he suggested something that, it's been a $15 record that I've never regretted, picking up. But, that's why record stores are important. They're important because they can recommend those more indie bands and stuff like that you might not have heard of, but also they're important for, I think I heard this in Sonic Highways they're talking about the importance of record stores, which is they keep you away from crappy music too. Because if you go into a record store like that and you try to purchase like Katy Perry or something like that, you're gonna get the scrutiny look, and nobody wants the scrutiny look. And so it's up to you when you go into that store to actively seek out good music, because then you're deemed cool in that record store.
Hey, Schmittler.
Crazy ass cat.
But that's why the local record store is really, really important. And it's something that's kind of dying too.
It is, absolutely. And I mean, we could go on for hours and hours and hours about the industry. Industry is they value their artists, how they don't value talent, how they don't blah 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 blah. We could talk about how people like Kanye West come into the picture and try and elevate, the bullshit. And
see, that's
sorry, there's 2 for you to
Kanye
bleep out
West
tonight.
is like the Billy Corgan of R&B music. Yes. He makes good music in his own genre. Like it's pretty brilliant, some of his stuff, but he's the biggest a-hole.
Yes.
And Billy Corgan's the same way.
Oh yes.
He makes brilliant. Well, he used to make brilliant music.
Yeah, he's kind of
tapered off. But like, what is it? Gish, Siamese Dream, and Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
Yes, quality
fantastic albums, especially Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. It's one of the best. But he's the biggest a-hole, and that's why he hasn't really been able to keep it together, because after Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, the whole band was like, hey, F you, dude, and just broke off.
Right. So, anyways, like I was saying, though, I think it's less an issue with the pay structure from those services and more how music is delivered to people.
Right. It's true. I mean, issues with it, and how we're, will Pelena's going to make a difference? You're not, but
right. I can't tell you the last time I bought a physical disc.
And
CDs I don't buy. I buy MP3 albums, or I buy vinyl.
And see, I
don't buy CDs.
I buy both. If I and the reason I do, like, I think it was last week I had on my listening that I listened to a Yeah's record. Well, it was their first one, Fever to Tell, and you can't find that on vinyl. I mean, you can't. There's only one pressing of it, and it was when it came out.
Sure.
And so, I bought the CD of that because the CD was like $6, and I could still listen to it. And granted, I could have bought it digital. Also, I don't know. There's something about having the physical disc, even if I can't have it like a physical vinyl. I don't know, but just saying.
To each their own. I have a box of CDs down here, and I was one of those kids that I had like the 500 CD binder that I kept in my pickup truck behind the seat.
I have a CD binder in my car right now.
Yeah. After the second one got stolen, I stopped buying discs.
Yeah, that's totally understandable because that happened to my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had all of his music in that book, and somebody smashed his window outside of her house and took it, and it was devastating. I mean, because he spent so much time gathering that collection, and after that,
and suffering through the days of Blockbuster music stores.
Yeah, and after that, he bought an iPod.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it's so much easier. You do lose a little bit of sound quality if
you do. But you lose, I mean, if you want to be nitpicky about it, you lose sound quality with the CD too. The highest, yes, you do. The highest recording value right now is actually on vinyl.
It's not.
Well, okay, you can go FLAC, you can go lossless, but the pressing, the compression onto a CD will affect your sound quality somewhat.
Well, because CDs are uncompressed.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. They have to be compressed.
Yeah.
CDs have to be compressed. DVD music is uncompressed. That's FLAC or lossless.
Yeah.
You sure about this?
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah.
I was so sure that CDs are uncompressed digital audio, and that digital was compressed, and then vinyl was lowest on the total.
CDs aren't as compressed
Vinyl
as
is higher than
MP3.
CD.
Is it really? Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
because vinyl is
it's analog straight from the master,
and it's a physical imprint into a physical medium.
All right,
from the actual sound wave itself.
Yeah, CDs are better than MP3s.
Yes.
Okay,
but they're not in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, why is it changing now?
Because they've
gifted.
So
we're gonna break from this diatribe now for a Facebook /
I mean, it's been going on all day.
Whatever tangent here.
Yeah. It's science, yo. The dress is blue, by the way. Like technically, scientifically, the dress is blue.
But it's not.
Well, right, but they go into that in the article, and people who I think they made a reference to people who are more night owl oriented will see it more clearly as blue, and it is like blue to me, and so that kind of makes sense. But yeah. According to the science, the dress is blue.
Why does it appear white and gold then?
Just like a boundary in your eye developed differently. It's just a weird thing. They said if you don't see it, then just blame evolution. I don't know. It seems like a stretch to me to put it that way, but yeah.
See, and my problem is that it originates on the internet.
Yeah.
So there's no way of knowing.
Oh no, they had Photoshop draw the RGB values of the picture.
Sure. But
all right, I'm done with this dress.
But it's so much fun.
It ceased to be fun a little bit ago.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's white and gold.
It is. Geoff is
And perception is reality.
True.
It is white and gold in your world.
That's right, and it will continue to be so.
yeah, you're an insane person. So.
Yeah, but they were able to fix it on that thing.
Yeah,
the
I could see it back
Geoff
and forth.
go
No, it's a GIF.
whatever.
It is a GIF.
It's a GIF. It is not.
Yeah,
It's a GIF. I almost did it.
Black and blue, Geoff. Okay.
It is not peanut butter. It is a GIF.
Whatever. Don't care. Don't care.
It is not peanut butter.
Yes, we should move on though. We've
peanut
hit.
butter.
I think we've hit a lot of the internet hot topics tonight. We've hit the dress. We've
That's
hit
good.
the pronunciation of an image file. What else do you want to throw in to stir up the pot there, Mr. Brick?
I don't.
You good?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
So what'd you listen to?
I listened to White Blood Cells.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Tell me.
That's the White Stripes album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were telling me the name of a band.
No. And I listened to Being There by Wilco. And then I listened to the self-titled Wild Flag, which is after Slater-Kinney went on a hiatus after the album before this one that they've recently released.
Yes.
And Carrie Brownstein and Janet Weiss, the drummer, formed this band with a couple other members called Wild Flag.
Cool.
And they released one album, and it was a good album, but they didn't do it anymore. And then Slater-Kinney got back together.
Okay.
But that's it.
They de-hiatused.
They de-hiatused.
Excellent.
Perfect.
All right. For me, I listened to a couple of podcasts. I listened to Hollywood Babylon, and I was listening to it at the gym. And of course, so I was giggling like an idiot while I was on the weight machines. That's always funny. See somebody just giggling.
Well, yeah. I was on the stationary bike when you sent that video of the Parks and Rec on late night,
Which is so great.
and I'm just like I'm disgusted laughing on the stationary bike. That was fun.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the What You're Watching. And I also listened to an episode of Freakonomics and a couple episodes of This American Life. And I've been listening to Dessa and Doomtree and Walk Off the Earth.
Bam.
That's about it. Let's get to What You're Watching. Will, tell us all about your wonderful week of watching while...
Your coding-induced
I was
coma.
looking for
My-
another W. Is Weary?
Weary is part of it.
Okay.
World weary, narcotic weary,
Yeah.
coding cough syrup for the
I
one.
was going for W's and I ran out of W's.
It's all right. Alliteration can only carry you so far.
It's true.
Um,
Then you have to switch back to puns
that's right. That's right.
Hyperbole.
and hyperbole.
And-
Yes.
and similes
No.
occasionally.
Only occasionally.
Anyways, this week in my kind of couch-based stupor, going back a couple of days, we watched.
I call it the Dayquil haze.
Yes, that is a very good way of putting it. The Dayquil haze. John Wick.
Okay.
Was it good?
I really liked it.
Okay, that's what I've heard too many times.
I have it.
I've heard it
So
was
I
really
haven't watched it.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah.
I have it, but I haven't watched it yet.
There's some camp, and there's. I think in everything he does, Keanu has to have at least one Keanu moment. So that's definitely there. But all in all, really, it was a fun little film.
Did you guys see that kung fu movie that he was in where he
Man
was
of
the
Tai
bad
Chi?
guy?
47 Ronin?
No.
Man of Tai Chi.
Man of Tai Chi.
Man of Tai Chi.
I have not seen it, but I've seen it in the Netflix.
Yeah. It's very interesting. He had I don't know if he had a Keanu moment in that movie. He was the bad guy. It's like all the Chinese guys. And Keanu Reeves.
Which is
As the
fine.
bad guy.
He's white knees.
He's the suit wearing bad guy.
That works. No, it's big
He-
business.
If he should have had a big chair and a white cat to focus.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Bigglesworth.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, John Wick wasn't bad. I was
Where did you see it?
here
Well, yeah, but like
on
how?
DVD
Oh, okay.
by Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we still get physical discs.
Yeah, Brick and I always have to be reminded that Netflix still has.
they still
has
send
physical
discs out.
discs.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
On DVD, and I was immediately like, "So you went out to a Redbox, did you?"
Nope.
It showed up in a red envelope, my front doorstep, with the rest of my mail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of have to watch it then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's why I stopped with those, because they would send them to me, and I started feeling bad.
Like, oh, I was definitely drunk when I put that in my insecure.
It was like Legends of the Fall. What? Oh, okay.
Oh
Wow.
man, I guess I gotta watch it.
That's a reference.
Yeah, it is. Continue.
No, I
Please,
thought
sir.
we were all reminiscing about Legends of the Fall.
Never seen it.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Brad Pitt's flowing locks.
Yeah,
It's something. It's a sight to behold.
them locks though.
We are caught up for this season now on Face Off, the TV series.
Not
Like in the movie.
Not
Face-Off.
not like the Nick Cage John Travolta thing.
Speaking of John Travolta and faces, he could not stop touching Idina Menzel's face.
I heard he
Oscars.
couldn't stop touching a lot of women at the Oscars.
Yeah, he was. John Travolta was the resident creepy uncle.
it's okay. It's a Scientology thing.
He was the resident creepy uncle of the Oscars. Okay, Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. He does not touch people that much. He's weird.
On camera.
On camera.
Okay, still. I mean, like, since when did John Travolta just give up and is like, I'm just going to grope people now?
I think
Cameras, no cameras, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
I think-
John Travolta.
I think the best picture to come out of that was John Travolta with Scarlett Johansson, where she's just
not having
looks
it.
disgusted. He's got a hand around her waist. He's
Yeah,
like
she's just-
leaning in to smooch her or something, and she's just staring off into the distance like she's just witnessed an axe murder.
Oh.
And maybe she had.
It's very possible, or that's what she was planning.
Or either I was going to say that she's not so much staring off into the distance like she's witnessing an axe murder.
She's planning.
She's planning an axe murder with that stare.
So
Yeah.
Good times.
Speaking of Oscar photos, do you think Emma Stone is really always having that much fun?
Yes.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I would like to think that there's someone out there that is having that much fun all the time.
If there is somebody, it's her.
Yeah.
And really good for her.
And she kissed Julianne Moore on
She
the
did.
mouth.
She did.
Good for her.
It was Julianne Moore trying to suck the ginger life force out of her.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Emma Stone, she made a mistake. She's not a ginger.
Right. She only
She only
She only-
plays one
She
on
only
TV.
plays one on TV.
and in movies.
And in
Right.
movies.
Yeah.
So yeah. So no, Face Off, the sci-fi TV series about the makeup
Okay.
contestants. Yeah, good. We're all caught up on that. We got a little bit of Astounding Acts of Science, I think it's called, which is basically they take clips off the internet, put them before a panel of actual scientists, and see if they stand up or not.
Okay.
Last night, Aaron and I binged on pretty much all of Series 6 of Doctor Who, which is good. Getting finally caught up to where we're almost to.
I just can't do it.
I know, it's fine.
It's
It's like I can't do Supernatural, Smallville, any of the other stuff that you
Yeah,
watch.
but those
So,
are-
No, but I freely admit that Smallville is awful.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
see, I've never tried Doctor Who because I fear that if I do, that I won't be able to stop. It's kind of like how I don't try heroin.
Right.
But you watch Buffy.
Yeah, and I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
I
eight
just-
balling that.
Oh yeah, it got so bad I was doing it in between my toes, so nobody would notice.
Nice. Take
Yeah.
your shoes off and a little angel will fall out.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. They don't call the show Angel for nothing.
That's right.
I
Uh,
Yeah. I can almost get Firefly. I can't get Doctor Who at all.
I can totally get Firefly. I
Firefly's
love that show.
fantastic.
I have a problem with camp. I
You
really
have a
do.
problem with Joss Whedon is what you have a problem with.
Not everything that he does.
What does he do that you enjoy? And if you say Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm going to slap you.
We're not in danger of that happening.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know. There had to have been a movie that he did that I liked.
Well, the Avengers.
I like that. There you go.
How about Cabin in the Woods? Did you see Cabin in the Woods?
I did not see Cabin in the
You
Woods.
should see Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
I think you would enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm open to that.
It's fun. It's a good
I like
movie.
crappy horror movies.
And it's not even crap. Well, I mean,
It was marketed as a crappy horror movie.
just watch it. It's weird. Like I really, when I saw the previews for it, I was not intrigued by it whatsoever. It took a few people saying, "Dude, you really got to see this movie for me to actually go watch it." And I knew that Joss Whedon directed it, but I saw the previews and I was like,
I was told it had a terrible twist in it.
I thought it was a good twist.
Okay. Well, if you say it's a good twist, then it's good enough for me.
What a twist.
With a twist.
And let's see, Stardust, and I finally got to finish the remake.
What's a Stardust?
Stardust,
It's a movie.
starring
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer, Claire Danes. Good film based on a Neil Gaiman book.
Okay.
Doesn't really do the book justice, but it is one of my favorite books, and it turned into a fairly representable movie. So,
Rarely does the movie do the
All right.
justice.
that's true.
Excellent.
Biased. And I finally got to finish RoboCop,
Oh, the new one.
the new one.
The
yes.
remake. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I watched it, in fact, today. And,
And you know what will make you see that movie even more favorably? It's going back and watching the original.
probably, yeah.
The original was kitschy and super violent, so that's why everyone liked it.
Yeah. It doesn't hold up.
I've watched it recently. It holds up in just the exact way that I thought it was going to. I never was
I'm
like
expecting crap. Come on, crap.
and I
There it is.
I got
Snake
it. Like,
Eyes.
seriously, the only reason anybody watches the old RoboCop anymore is because it's horribly violent. That's it.
Yeah.
If you want to see horrible 80s violence, watch the old RoboCop. Boom.
Boom. All right.
If you want to see a PG-13 movie that tries to do a story that nobody asked for, then watch the new one.
Fair enough.
I mean, it may be decent, but who is
it's
like,
decent.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's do a PG-13 remake of RoboCop. Anyone? Any takers?
I thought Joel Kinnaman did a fairly serviceable job.
I know, but the problem with it is that it's PG-13. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it should have been a movie like that should have been rated R all the way, but it was the studio going, we could make more money.
We
if
can sell more toys.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It was really hard for me not to see his character from the TV show.
The Killing.
The Killing, yeah.
Yeah.
He was still, yeah. But, he was a cop in one, he was a cop in the other. Could exist in the same world.
Speaking of typecast, watch it. It was something, I think Bill Maher was doing a monologue. I think I saw it on like Facebook or something like that. And he was talking about Julianne Moore
Mm-hmm.
and Still Alice. And he's like, well, Julianne Moore, she's up for the Oscar. And you all know she played Sarah Palin in that HBO movie.
Yeah, it was from Real Time with Bill Maher.
Oh, okay.
It was from Real Time. Yeah.
She played Sarah Palin in that movie, and now she's been nominated for an Oscar for a woman who's losing her mind. He's like, it's so easy to get typecasted in Hollywood.
Nice.
Yeah,
It
was good.
It was a solid joke.
it was.
Continue. Somebody.
That's your
No,
turn.
that was.
Is it me?
It's your turn.
Is
He,
it my turn?
he was finishing with RoboCop.
You finished with RoboCop.
I finished.
Yeah,
Robert.
Done
That
with
was.
it. So
He
now-
finished the movie, and also the movie was the end of his list.
I did not realize that it was the end of his list. So
Okay,
I was
yeah.
waiting for somebody else.
Here, I'll segue for you. And that's it for me. Brick, how about you?
Oh, okay. See, that's
Oh yeah, that's better.
That's better. That's better. I like that better. I watched The West Wing And got further into Dexter and further on down the road in the second season, and just far enough to realize how crazy Lila might be.
Love her.
I know, but like, I'm like, oh, your light's fixed. I love Lila because I've dated women like Lila. But as soon as, I mean, have you seen second season of Dexter?
No.
Okay. As soon as she did what she did, and Geoff, I
Right.
think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do.
I was like, wow, that's a new level of crazy right there. I've had some crazy. I don't think I've ever had that much. But yeah, it's good. I mean, it's still good. You know, I mean, obviously I'm still in the second season, so
Right.
it's gonna be still good. Just watched the latest episode of Justified today.
Excellent. I'm not up to date on Justified. It's on my list.
It's really good. as
Excellent.
always, you know, but that I think it was really interesting that we were talking about last week, that because I was thinking about it more, and Justified is exactly one of those shows that it's never had like really great seasons and kind of off seasons. It has just been consistently good.
Yeah. Actually, you know, it's so funny that you're talking about that. Me, Billy, and Sarah were talking about Deadwood and Justified today, and also the finale of Dexter, and which season was our favorite. So this conversation, I had it before today.
It's a little deja vu for
A
Geoff.
little deja vu.
And then I got the Showtime app for
Right.
Xbox One, which I did not realize existed until a few days ago.
Oh yeah, it's been around for a little bit.
And I started watching Bullshit
Okay.
with Penn and Teller,
Right.
which is awesome. It's a really good show.
Is the AMC app on Xbox One yet?
I don't know. I didn't see it because I was
Okay.
just I found it by
That would
just
be a good one
looking
to get.
through. I found it by just looking through.
And you have
applications.
the FX now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I watched the first episode of the latest season of Homeland,
Oh, cool.
and it's really good.
Yeah, it really
I like
is.
it. Yeah,
It's okay without Brody
it is okay without Brody.
because Claire Danes is awesome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she is losing her humanity slowly
Yeah.
but surely.
And Quinn, also awesome.
Quinn also awesome.
And I think he's going to make a fine Agent 47.
I hope so, but we all thought Timothy Oliphant was going to make a fine Agent 47.
He did
too.
not.
He did not at all.
We also talked about that.
That was a
Billy and Sarah.
That was a terrible decision.
Yeah.
And then Better Call Saul,
Yeah.
which was great.
Yeah.
Oh, that Billboard con was fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
I really never saw that coming.
Right.
That it was all planned out that far in advance.
Yeah.
But that's brilliant. That's Vince Gilligan,
Yeah.
you know. And then The Walking Dead. Continue to watch that. Something's gonna go wrong. I mean, like,
Yeah.
come on. You know, like,
Something's
they're
going to
not
go
just
wrong
gonna- they're not just
soon.
they're not just gonna end the show here and it's all
No.
gonna be happy days.
Right.
Because
This most recent one is they
they
were going into what's the name of the town?
It's got like a kind of a strange name.
It's like
It's not. I mean, because Terminus was the last one.
right. No, it's not anything like that. It's Alexandria,
Alexandria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which tells you the kind of pretentious people who are starting the community.
Right. But
I'm not that far in the books. I think it's in the comic books. I'm not that far into the story, and I know there's been some divergence.
Oh, speaking of the books, I finally went into the comic book store today.
Did you?
Yeah.
And how bad was your stash?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
But apparently I haven't been in 5 months. So I have 5 months of books, which was half of a short box.
Okay, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad, right?
For 5 months.
For 5 months, that's not that bad. I thought it was going to be a full long box when I got
Right.
in there. But no.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's doable.
Totally doable.
And then I watched because I did the Oscar showcase thing, so I watched Boyhood, Imitation Game, and Theory of Everything.
Oh, right on.
And Imitation Game was great, and Boyhood was better, and Theory of Everything was pretty good. But the real draw was Eddie Redmayne's performance as Stephen
Sure.
Hawking.
Which you didn't agree that he deserved the best actor for.
Nope, shouldn't have won. Should have been nominated. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that rounds it out for me.
Cool.
Also, I missed the entire last season of Parks and Recreation. Had no idea it was even on TV until people were talking about the finale this week.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just not watching NBC enough or something, but
Maybe.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that it happened. And then it was like, just watch the Parks and Rec finale. And I'm like, what finale? When did the premiere come on?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's something I'm going to have to watch.
Yeah, and they did
At some point.
I think they did 3 double episodes throughout this season.
Yeah, I very much, I love Parks and Rec so much, and I very, very much want to see it. And I'm very angry with myself for not seeing it initially.
Yeah. Well, is that the end of your list?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, how do you like it?
I will say I was a little underwhelmed by the finale.
Really?
The Parks and Rec finale. Yeah.
I heard it was good.
It was fine. They did this thing where What?
Don't do it.
It's the whole episode. It's not spoiling anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
Where Leslie would touch someone and it showed went down what their future was going to be.
Oh, okay.
Then it'd come back and she'd touch somebody else and it would go off into what their future is going to be.
I see.
So it's lots of flash forwards.
Lots of literal touchy-feely.
Yeah. Lots of flash forwards. I wasn't, I didn't think it was great, but I'm not as huge of a fan as you are. I mean, some of the things were kind of cool. I really liked that Lucy was back. Lucy's Tom's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, no way.
I really like that actress. I don't remember what her name is.
She's back for the whole season?
For at least the last half.
Okay, cool.
Or last third, maybe. I don't know. But she's back. Yeah. Wasn't she in The Whole 9 Yards with Bruce Willis and
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that I've seen her somewhere.
Are you thinking of Amanda Peet?
No.
It wasn't Amanda Peet. No, what is it? Yeah, I don't know who that was. So I watched that, and then I also watched the finale for The Mentalist. And I'm glad that's over, so I don't have to watch any more of The Mentalist. I can scratch off one more
throwaway
Mystery of the Week show, or Case of the Week show. And so that's nice. 12 Monkeys is good. I continue to enjoy it, which surprises me every single week.
Because this is sci-fi.
Because it's on Sci-Fi. Yeah. Watched. I'm almost at the end of American Idol because they're done with the. I think they're done with all of the audition type stuff. So that's usually when I cut out of that show. And The Voice just started this week. So I'll watch through their audition process and then I'll be out on that show. I watched American Dad and it was back there. The American Dad and Family Guy schedule is really spotty. They just show every now and then.
I was like, just when we
whenever.
feel like it.
Yeah, it's very strange. Then I also watched Archer, which is good. Always good. Comic Book Men, Walking Dead, and Better Call Saul. I didn't see Talking Dead this week.
Comic Book Man, another one I had no idea had begun.
Come back up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
And they're like 6 episodes in, aren't they?
Yeah. Or something like that. Yeah. Well, they've had as many episodes as Walking Dead.
Yeah. And I knew The Walking Dead was there.
Yeah.
I should really stop fast forwarding through commercials.
You really should. I forget who this week's person was, but last week, Adam West was on there.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's
All
pretty
right.
cool.
Yeah.
And they had
Do you just
ra-
have a standard satellite box, or do you have a DVR?
I do have a DVR.
Okay.
I just forget to search for things.
You should subscribe to things like season pass these things.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. But since I just switched, it doesn't have all of the shows.
Oh,
that I'm
okay.
saved
got
You
yet.
haven't built it yet.
Yeah, I have. I've built up a good list, but it's not my complete list yet.
Right. And Better Call Saul is great.
Yeah.
And I think that the actress that plays his what seems like his ex-girlfriend, I think they're awesome together.
Yeah.
But since she doesn't exist in Breaking Bad,
She's not going to.
she's not going to. Something's
either-
going to happen.
Something probably bad.
Probably bad. Yeah. And then I was hanging out with Kristen, and we watched Maleficent and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. So there's that.
How was Maleficent? I heard it was bad.
No, I liked it.
Was it?
I think it's the
I've
better.
heard good things about it.
Okay.
I think it's the better version of the Sleeping Beauty fairy tale.
All right.
Yeah.
I heard
I would take that. I would take Maleficent over the Disney version every day.
Well, it is technically the
Yeah,
Disney version.
they are both.
Well, I
Disney
mean,
films.
The
I know
animated
what you mean.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard bad things, so it's good to hear.
No,
good
I
things.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, Aaron liked it. I
I
haven't
might-
seen it.
I
Yeah,
might watch it then.
very cool. And that is it for what I've been watching. Let's move into what you're playing. Wilhelm.
Some Far Cry 4, about halfway through completion, 53%, 55% completion rate right
Nice.
now.
Congratulations.
A little bit of Destiny with you, a little bit of Destiny with Jordan, a little bit of Destiny solo. Have not played since the new patch, so I don't know how I'm going to feel when I
Right.
log back in.
They nerfed my the auto rifles.
Oh yeah,
They reduced their
effective
damage
range.
and range. Damage and range, yes.
Awesome.
It's fine. I still have my no recoil bad juju.
Correct, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm still a fan of hand cannons. So
Which they also reduced
Of course.
initial impact or something along those lines.
yeah, makes sense.
Most things got
Nerfed.
taken down a notch.
Sure.
Yeah.
And a little bit actually of Magic 2015,
All right.
just to round out the geeky triad there.
Get it.
Like,
Magic the Gathering
you
2015.
actually bought cards? or
No,
something?
no. Xbox
Oh.
One, brother.
Okay.
He
All
has
right.
the digital
I was
version.
like, don't go down that rabbit hole.
What? Oh, dude, I haven't owned physical Magic cards since 1993.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because that's a rabbit hole you don't want to travel down.
Oh, I know. I'm very versed in the perils of owning physical Magic cards.
Ooh, all right. Had me worried
So
there, and also a little excited.
You owned them during Alpha.
Yes,
Wow.
I was an OG Magic player.
Yeah.
That's how I spent my summers at Boy Scout camp.
Nice. Nice. I came in at revised. So after beta and
Nice.
after Antiquities, whatever expansion. I don't know. It's been a long time.
93, 94 was, I would have had decks for 4 years. So 91, 92, 93, 94.
I was a little afraid, but then I was like, "Oh my god, are we doing this?" Oh, let's do this.
No.
I was a little excited, then
It's a little aroused.
but then relieved that
Yeah.
I didn't have to spend money.
Say
No.
because I started whenever I was managing at Buyback Games, and I gave away all my cards several years later whenever I was the project supervisor for the Firestone tire recall. So whenever
Right.
the Firestone tire recall was, that marked the end of my ownership. I hadn't played for a while before
Sure.
that, but I gave my entire collection, which was worth well over $5,000, to this nice couple, these kids that had just started playing, and I'm like, here you go. So
And you know what I like to think?
what's that?
I like to think that nice couple that you gave that $5,000 collection of Magic cards, I like to think that eventually they got married Eventually, they also got divorced, and the biggest fight was probably the Magic collection.
Well, they never got married,
Okay.
but your dream of that being the biggest fight between them, that could have been.
Yeah.
That could have been.
I have a feeling.
That's great. It's heartwarming.
It is heartwarming.
So that about sums it up for me. Break.
Yup.
How about you?
See, that's how you do a transition. Yeah, I like that a little bit better.
Yeah.
I played Far Cry 4, but I just started it, so obviously I'm not at 55%.
No.
That would be a little terrifying.
Now, are you playing this on the PS4 or the Xbox One?
Xbox One.
Okay. Have you liberated your first outpost yet?
No.
Okay. Once you liberate your first outpost, you will then be able to do online play. So look me up.
Oh.
I will help you out.
Fantastic.
We will go shoot people in the face.
Fantastic.
It's very fun.
It is.
I like it, and it's pretty.
It is.
A game that is prettier, however, The Order 1886.
How are you enjoying that? Because I have heard some very mixed reviews.
Yeah.
I like it for what it is. I don't like it as much as I thought I was going to.
Right.
But the best way I can characterize it, have both of you played Rise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It is Rise for PS4.
Oh.
Meaning that it is very, very gorgeous. It has some slightly repetitive gameplay, and you can definitely see potential for future installments. Okay. And it's also super short.
That was the biggest complaint.
That is Rise.
I haven't beat it yet, but I've heard it's like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And so
that's what I had.
So yeah,
as well.
it is essentially Rise for PlayStation 4.
Okay.
And it's really fun. I mean, it's werewolf hunting and it's super gorgeous. I mean, like the graphics are unparalleled. I mean, except for Rise. Like Rise is the only thing that I could say is comparatively as good a graphics as The Order. So, I mean, which is why I'm angry that it took them this long to put it out, because it was supposed to be a launch title with the PlayStation 4 originally. Yeah. And it should have been. It should have been Rise for PS4 on the release with both of them. But it wasn't. It took them how long? What is this, a year and a couple months?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, almost a year and a half.
Almost a year and a half.
PS4 dropped before the Xbox One, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
they were
a week.
Yeah.
Before. And so that's the only real complaint that I have for it, is that it took them a year and a half to put it out.
Okay.
Rise was out right away.
Sure.
And they're essentially the same experience, just different stories and characters
and settings.
Like but the story's good too, just like Rise had a decent story as well.
Sure.
And they've, I can see them definitely setting up sequels. And if they set up sequels where they have, more gameplay and more open world and different things that you can do, it's going to be an incredible series.
Cool.
Just like
Rise,
right on, so.
Right on.
But that's it.
Cool.
Just those.
I just played that little bit of Destiny, and I've been playing some Trivia Crack this week.
No.
I did that too.
I've been trying to play more because I had kind of fallen off for a couple weeks where I only played a couple of games. I'm trying to play more now. It's good exercise for my brain.
Cool.
So that's about it.
All right.
Although I would have liked to have played some Dying Light this week. It just wasn't in the cards. It just didn't have the time at the right time.
True.
But I really enjoyed that game. Like, really enjoy it. It's dangerous and it's difficult, and it's very pretty.
And I may check it out when the price drops.
Right. And I can't see that being too much farther down the line. So
no. Plus, I just ordered Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor for $30 off of Amazon.
Nice.
So when that shows up, I'm sure that will be taking some of my precious time. I actually tried to
play some with
order...
Mr. Sam.
Oh, good.
Because Sam has that one too.
Good. I tried to order The Evil Within also for $30.
Yeah.
Mostly for the wife. And I was informed that they had in fact sold out, and I was not to receive my copy.
How about that?
I know. Third-party vendor via Amazon. So.
From what I hear, The Evil Within is definitely something that is right up Aaron's alley.
Yes.
Not necessarily my... I don't like the gameplay of it.
Okay.
But she would probably love it, especially because she put up with 2 Fatal Frame games. So if she can put up with those,
You know, she's particular though. She has to have either a fantastic story,
and I've heard it's a good story.
okay, to
And
get
it's-
past some of certain gameplay
and
elements.
it's solid horror too.
Okay.
It makes you jump out of your skin.
Okay,
Horror.
yeah, she'll probably like it.
Okay.
Either that, or we'll have this conversation here in a couple of months where I'll be like, I don't understand it. She can't stand the game, and here's why. And
Right.
but you know, she'll either love it or hate it. So,
50-50.
but I know the gameplay mechanics can be devastating for her. Silent Hill Downpour.
I don't think
Silent
it's
Hill-
necessarily bad, but it's really difficult, like super duper difficult.
Okay, well,
It's not necessarily bad game mechanics.
she is the only one amongst us that has the 100-point achievement in Dishonored for not killing anybody,
Right, which is why
and she
I
hated
think-
that game. So
Right, which is why she's gonna love it.
yeah, so
I mean,
She'll be
'cause
fine.
difficulty
Wow.
means nothing to her.
Wow.
she also, I think, is one of the few among us that actually beat the first 2 Halo games on Legendary.
And Jordan
I
did
did.
that.
I did.
But I think she was first.
Was she?
I think so.
Okay. Really?
I think so.
Because didn't Jordan do it at midnight? Like and just play through with Pablo or something like that,
Probably Justin.
or
Yeah.
Justin
Yeah. I think it was Church.
for. I know he did it for 3.
Yeah.
but, I'm not sure if he did it for 2.
I think he did it for 2 and 3. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But he's talking about Legendary Run solo.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
She's a trooper.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
So yeah,
So yeah, I think
I think that's it.
that about
Try-
wraps it up.
Transition.
Do you guys have anything else?
No.
No.
No,
All right.
more drugs, less coughing.
More drugs, less coffee. Oh yeah. Back to your. Well, is it now NyQuil induced haze?
Yes,
Okay. All
it's
right.
fantastic.
Well, thank you guys for listening and watching, whichever one you were doing, or maybe listening and watching if you were doing both. I don't know. You know, I don't want to tell you what to do, but do watch and listen to us next week. Yeah. All right. Adios. Bye.